Hi, my wife works for the Marion County School Board. She's a 12-month administrative employee, and she went to work in the first week in July, and during that week she was given a package of face masks, and apparently these face masks came from the Marion County Health Department, given by the health department to the school district to use, and apparently a considerable supply. So she brought one home and she gave it to me and said, "What do you think?" And see, as a Presbyterian minister who brought his people back for in-person worship on June 7th and then shut it down again after June 21st, I did a lot of research on masks, and I know that the idea of masks is not going to prevent the spread of the virus, but it does, if you have an effective mask, it does restrict the number of aerosols that are produced by things that we do constantly, like breathing. Not a whole lot comes out from breathing, but talking certainly sends more aerosols into the air, and laughing or shouting, that'll add more aerosols to the air. Singing or heavy breathing while exercising, that's going to send a whole lot more aerosols into the air. And a cough or a sneeze is like an explosion of aerosols in the air. And aerosols are an issue because they hang in the air. They're small particles. Droplets will fall and relatively harmless unless you get direct contact with them. But the aerosols will hang in the air 20 minutes. So especially in a closed space like a store, house, classroom, hallway, those aerosols are hanging around. And if we can prevent the amount of aerosols, restrict them with a good mask, then we are practicing some safety for ourselves in breathing them in, and practicing safety for others by not producing them ourselves. So this mask came in, and this is what it looks like. It first thing you notice, it's very soft, very comfortable. But you might have expected elastic straps. These are a little flexible, but they're kind of like what you would find, actually the whole thing is kind of like what you would find on a t-shirt. Now I've got a big head, I'm 6'5", so I'm worried about, not quite one size fits all, but it's limited. Then I look at the fabric, and really it's just 2 plies of what would be a cheap t-shirt. So I'm not too impressed so far. So let's try the fit and see how that works. Because the straps are pretty thick. They do pull on the ears. It's pretty hard to get that right. Okay. But it's very comfortable, and it does fit even my big head, which is really nice. Now, the mask will do some good. It's certainly better than nothing. But the proof of an effective mask is whether or not aerosols are being released. And there's a really simple test to see if a mask is effective or not. And that's, you can call it a match test. Essentially, you take a flame, and if you can flicker the flame, then you're getting quite a bit out of there. You should be able to blow through the mask and not flicker the flame. If that happens, you've got an effective mask. So let's see what's happened here. Okay. You can see that wasn't very effective. You want me to try that again? Let me do that again. Flame. Yeah, so not very effective. This is probably about the least effective kind of mask. It didn't flicker, it just plain blew it out. Now, these are the kind of masks that may be issued to teachers, staff, students. They aren't going to be very effective the way they are, but we can make it more effective, a whole lot more effective, really simply. For one thing, they have these little things called filters, and you can buy these. They don't cost a whole lot of money, and you put it inside the mask and then put the mask on. Whoop. Now it's coordinated. Okay. Now let's try it. Not a flicker. Nothing. Just by adding that little filter. But you don't have any money to go out and buy filters. You're having problems paying the rent, paying the electric bill, putting food on the table. I got an answer for you. This is a half sheet of paper towels. You can buy them where they come in half sheets rather than full sheets. So this is a half sheet, and I'm going to tear it in half. And yeah, I'm going to fold it over. Okay, and I'm going to put that inside the mask. And this is a fairly comfortable option. It may get a little damp, especially if you're wearing it all day. You may need to change it out a couple times. But let's see how effective just adding a simple folded over quarter piece of paper towel is. Perfectly effective. So if you see these masks and you realize that they're not effective on their own, there are some very simple steps you can take to make it very effective and help create a safer environment both for you and for other folks. So I hope you have stay safe and wear your mask.